Join me as I take on the challenge of boosting my English-speaking fluency in just 30 days. It might sound ambitious, but with the right strategies and commitment, improving your fluency in such a short time is totally achievable. Many people think that fluency takes years of study, but I'm here to show you that it can be done in a month. Learning a new language can be tough, and there are a few common challenges that learners face when trying to become fluent. One of the biggest hurdles is the fear of making mistakes. This fear often holds people back from speaking freely and practicing consistently. It's important to remember that mistakes are actually part of the learning process. Embracing them can be a game changer in your journey toward fluency. Another challenge is the lack of practice. Many learners study grammar and vocabulary but don't get enough real-life speaking opportunities, which is crucial for developing fluency.
However, today we are going to start 30 days English speaking course in a single video. Let's start and enjoy your learning.
When introducing yourself in English, confidence is key. Start with your name. I'm your name. Then, share a bit about where you're from. For example, I'm from your city country, a place known for a unique feature. Next, mention what you do or your interests. I work as your job, or I'm passionate about your hobby. This gives people a glimpse into who you are. Don't forget to add a fun fact, something like, I once an interesting experience. It's a great conversation starter. Finally, wrap it up with a friendly question like, what about you? This invites others to share and keeps the conversation flowing. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep introducing yourself until it feels natural. Confidence will shine through. Today, let's dive into basic questions in English. Asking questions is essential for communication. Start with simple ones like, what's your name? Or, where are you from? These open the door to conversations. When you ask, listen carefully to the answers. For example, if someone says, I'm from Canada, you can follow up with, what do you like about Canada? This shows you're interested and keeps the dialogue flowing. Practice makes perfect. Try asking questions about someone's hobbies or favorite foods. Remember, it's not just about the questions, it's about connecting. So don't be shy. Ask away and enjoy the conversation. Every day starts with my alarm ringing at 7 a.m. I jump out of bed, stretch a little, and head straight to the kitchen for a cup of coffee. That first sip is pure magic. After breakfast, I take a quick shower and get dressed for the day. By 8 a.m., I'm ready to tackle my to-do list. I usually spend the morning working on projects, responding to emails, and attending meetings. I find that taking short breaks helps me stay focused. Around noon, I enjoy a light lunch, often something healthy like a salad or a sandwich. In the afternoon, I like to squeeze in a quick workout or a walk outside to recharge. After work, I unwind by reading a book or watching a show. Finally, I wrap up my day with a little reflection before bed. This routine keeps me balanced and energized. Today, let's dive into numbers, time, and dates in English. First, numbers. From 1 to 10, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Easy, right? Now, let's jump to telling time. The clock shows 3 o'clock. We say, it's 3 o'clock. If it's 3:15, we say, it's a quarter past 3. For 3:30, it's 3:30. And if it's 3:45, we say, it's a quarter to 4. Now, on to dates. The format is usually day, month, year. For example, today is the 4th of October, 2023. You can say, today is October 4th. Remember, when writing dates, the month comes first in American English, but in British English, it's day first. Practice these, and you'll be speaking about numbers, time, and dates like a pro in no time. I come from a close-knit family that means the world to me. My parents are both teachers, which instilled in me a love for learning. My dad is passionate about history, always sharing fascinating stories from the past, while my mom brings creativity into our lives with her art. I have one younger sister who is a bundle of energy, She loves sports and keeps us all active, whether it's playing soccer in the park or hiking on weekends. Family gatherings are lively, filled with laughter and debates over board games. We support each other through thick and thin, celebrating achievements and comforting one another during tough times. Family isn't just about blood, it's about the bonds we create, and I cherish every moment with mine. Today, let's dive into the world of adjectives. Adjectives are like spices in cooking. They add flavor and depth to our descriptions. Imagine describing a sunset. Instead of saying, "It's nice," you could say, "It's a breathtaking, vibrant sunset with hues of orange and pink." Let's explore some useful adjectives. Instead of big, try enormous or massive. Instead of happy, use ecstatic or joyful. These words paint a clearer picture in the listener's mind. Think about your favorite book. Describe the main character using adjectives. Is she brave, intelligent, or mysterious? Each word gives us a glimpse into her personality. Now, practice. Look around you and describe an object. Is it shiny, old, or intricate? The more adjectives you use, the more vivid your descriptions become. So, let's make our conversations colorful and engaging with the power of adjectives. Today, I want to share the importance of speaking practice in learning English. It's not just about memorizing vocabulary or grammar rules. It's about using the language in real conversations. Speaking for just 1 minute can boost your confidence and fluency. Think about it. When you speak, you engage your brain in a different way. You start to think in English, which is crucial for fluency. Try to describe your day, your favorite book, or even your dreams. The key is to keep it simple and focus on expressing your thoughts clearly. Don't worry about making mistakes. They're part of the learning process. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. So, grab a timer, set it for 1 minute, and just talk. You'll be amazed at how much you can say and how quickly you improve. Speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. Talking about hobbies is a fantastic way to practice English and build confidence. Hobbies reflect our personalities and can spark engaging conversations. For instance, I love painting. It allows me to express my creativity and relax after a long day. When I talk about it, I can describe my favorite techniques, the colors I enjoy using, and even share stories about my art experiences. Another hobby of mine is hiking. It's not just about the exercise, it's about the breathtaking views and the sense of adventure. I can discuss the trails I've explored, the wildlife I've encountered, and the friends I've made along the way. When discussing hobbies, remember to ask questions too. This keeps the conversation flowing. You might ask someone about their favorite book or sport. Sharing and listening creates a connection, making it easier to practice your English. So, dive into your hobbies, share your passion, and watch your confidence soar. Today, let's dive into expressing likes and dislikes in English. It's simple and fun. For example, if you love chocolate, you can say, "I like chocolate." Easy, right? Now, if you don't enjoy running, you can say, "I don't like running." You can also use "I really like" for emphasis. So, "I really like pizza" shows your enthusiasm. On the flip side, if something is not your favorite, try "I dislike broccoli." Remember, you can mix it up. "I like swimming, but I don't like cycling." This helps you share more about yourself. Practice these sentences with friends or even in front of a mirror. The more you use them, the more natural it will feel. So, what do you like or dislike? Navigating a new city can be daunting, but asking for directions in English doesn't have to be. Let's dive into some easy phrases you can use. First, if you're unsure where to start, try, "Excuse me, can you help me find?" This is polite and opens the conversation. If you need to know how far away a place is, ask, "How far is it to?" or "Is it within walking distance?" When you get directions, listen for key phrases like turn left or go straight. You can also clarify by saying, "Could you repeat that, please?" And if you're feeling adventurous, you might ask, "What's the best way to get to?" This not only gets you directions, but also local tips. Remember, people usually love to help, so don't hesitate to ask. With these phrases, you'll be exploring confidently in no time. Today, let's dive into talking about the weather in English. It's a topic we all encounter daily. For instance, when it's sunny, I might say, "It's a beautiful day outside." If it's raining, I often hear, "Don't forget your umbrella." When the temperature drops, I love to comment, "It's freezing today. I need my warm coat." And when it's hot, I might say, "Wow, it's sweltering. Perfect day for ice cream." If the weather is unpredictable, I might joke, "Looks like we're in for a surprise today." Remember, using phrases like partly cloudy or a chance of showers can make your conversation more interesting. So, whether you're discussing the forecast or just making small talk, these expressions will help you sound natural and engaged. Talking about the weather is a great way to connect with others, so let's keep the conversation flowing. Talking about hobbies is a fantastic way to practice English and build confidence. Hobbies reflect our personalities and can spark engaging conversations. For instance, I love painting. It allows me to express my creativity and relax after a long day. When I talk about it, I can describe my favorite techniques, the colors I enjoy using, and even share stories about my art experiences. Another hobby of mine is hiking. It's not just about the exercise. It's about the breathtaking views and the sense of adventure. I can discuss the trails I've explored, the wildlife I've encountered, and the friends I've made along the way. When discussing hobbies, remember to ask questions too. This keeps the conversation flowing. You might ask someone about their favorite book or sport. Sharing and listening creates a connection, making it easier to practice your English. So, dive into your hobbies, share your passion, and watch your confidence soar. When you step into a store, the first thing to remember is to greet the staff. A simple, "Hi, how are you?" goes a long way. If you need help, try saying, "Excuse me, could you help me find?" This shows you're polite and confident. When you're ready to make a purchase, you can say, "I'd like to buy this, please." If you're unsure about the price, ask, "How much is this?" If you want to negotiate, don't hesitate to say, "Is there a discount available?" And if you're not satisfied with something, you can express that by saying, "I'd like to return this, please." Remember, using phrases like "thank you" and "have a great day" leaves a positive impression. Shopping in English is all about being clear and polite, so practice these phrases and you'll sound like a native in no time. Food is a universal language, and talking about it in English can be both fun and delicious. Let's dive into some tasty vocabulary. When you're at a restaurant, you might say, "I'd like to order the grilled salmon with a side of asparagus." Notice how grilled describes the cooking method, and asparagus is a fancy vegetable that adds color to your plate. If you're discussing your favorite meals, you could say, "I love Italian food, especially pizza with fresh basil and mozzarella." Here, fresh basil adds a burst of flavor, while mozzarella gives that creamy texture we all crave. When sharing recipes, try saying, "To make a smoothie, blend bananas, spinach, and almond milk." This not only tells someone how to make it, but also introduces healthy ingredients. Remember, using descriptive words makes your conversations about food more engaging. So next time you talk about what you eat, don't hold back. Let your taste buds do the talking. Today, let's dive into our Week 2 recap. We've covered some essential real-life conversation skills that will boost your confidence. Remember those role-playing exercises? They're not just fun. They simulate real situations, helping you think on your feet. We practiced ordering food, asking for directions, and even small talk, skills that are crucial when meeting new people. Don't forget the idiomatic expressions we learned. Phrases like break the ice and hit the nail on the head add color to your conversations and make you sound more natural. And let's talk about listening. Engaging with native speakers through podcasts or movies sharpens your ear for different accents and slang. This week was all about practice, so keep using these skills in your daily life. Remember, the more you speak, the more fluent you become. Making plans in English can be both fun and a bit tricky, but with the right phrases, you can invite someone and accept their invitation politely. When you want to invite a friend out, you might say, "Would you like to grab coffee this weekend?" If they're busy, a polite response could be, "I'd love to, but I have other commitments." If they accept, a simple, "Great, I'm looking forward to it," keeps the excitement alive. Remember, using phrases like, "How about?" or "What do you think of?" makes your invitation sound friendly and open. And if you need to reschedule, just say, "Can we find another time?" Practicing these phrases will make your conversations smoother and more enjoyable. So, let's start making those plans. Today, let's dive into the simple past tense, a powerful tool for discussing our experiences. Think about your last vacation. You might say, "I visited the beach," or "I tried surfing for the first time." These sentences transport us back in time, allowing us to share memories vividly. To form the simple past, we often add "ed" to regular verbs. For example, play becomes played. But watch out for irregular verbs. Go changes to went, and have becomes had. When telling stories, use time markers like yesterday, last week, or in 2010 to anchor your narrative. For instance, last summer I traveled to Italy and explored ancient ruins. Remember, practice makes perfect. Share your past experiences with friends, and soon you'll speak about the past with confidence and flair. Today, let's dive into the future tense in English, focusing on will and going to. Both are used to talk about future events, but they have different nuances. We use will for spontaneous decisions or predictions based on what we think. For example, if someone asks, "Will you help me with this?" you might say, "Sure, I will." It's immediate and often unplanned. On the other hand, going to is used for intentions or plans we've already made. If you say, "I'm going to visit my friend this weekend," it shows you've thought about it and decided. Remember, context is key. If you're predicting the weather, you might say, "It will rain tomorrow." But if you see dark clouds and say, "It's going to rain," today, let's dive into the art of describing places in English. Picture a bustling city square. You might say it's vibrant, filled with lively chatter and colorful market stalls. The aroma of street food wafts through the air, making your mouth water. Now, imagine a serene beach. You could describe it as tranquil, with soft waves lapping at the shore and golden sand stretching for miles. The sun sets in a spectacular display of oranges and pinks, creating a breathtaking view. When describing a cozy cafe, use words like inviting and warm. The smell of freshly brewed coffee fills the room, and the soft chatter of friends creates a welcoming atmosphere. Remember, using adjectives is key. Words like spacious, charming, or bustling can paint a vivid picture. Practice by choosing a place you love and describing it in detail. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in your English speaking skills. When you pick up the phone, remember that clarity is key. Start with a polite greeting, like, "Hello, this is your name." If you're calling someone specific, say, "May I speak with name?" If they're unavailable, don't panic. You can ask, could I leave a message? Or, when would be a good time to call back? During the conversation, keep it simple. Use phrases like, I'd like to discuss, or, can you help me with? If you don't understand something, don't hesitate to ask, could you repeat that, please? And if you need to confirm details, say, just to clarify. Finally, wrap up with a friendly closing, such as, thank you for your time, or I appreciate your help. Asking for help or permission in English can be a game changer in your conversations. Imagine you're in a cafe and you need assistance. Instead of just saying, can you help me? Try, could you please assist me with this? It sounds more polite and respectful. When you want to ask for permission, use phrases like, would it be all right if I, or may I please? These expressions show consideration for the other person's feelings. If you're unsure about something, don't hesitate to say, I would appreciate your guidance on this. It not only asks for help, but also acknowledges the other person's expertise. Remember, politeness opens doors. So, next time you need assistance, use these phrases to make your request sound more courteous and confident.
Today, let's dive into the art of real conversations in English. Imagine you're at a cafe and someone asks, what's your favorite book? Instead of just saying the title, share why it resonates with you. Maybe it's the character development or the plot twist that left you speechless. This adds depth to your response and invites further discussion. Practice active listening too. When someone shares their thoughts, nod and ask follow-up questions like, what did you think about the ending? This shows you're engaged and encourages a richer dialogue. Remember to use expressions that convey your feelings. Phrases like, I totally agree, or that's an interesting perspective, can make your conversations more dynamic. Lastly, don't shy away from sharing personal anecdotes. They make your conversations relatable and memorable. So, next time you chat, focus on connection and watch your English skills flourish. Expressing emotions in English is a powerful way to connect with others. Think about how you feel in different situations. Are you excited? Use words like thrilled or elated. Feeling sad? Instead of just saying sad, try heartbroken or disheartened. When you're angry, don't just say, I'm mad. Share your feelings with phrases like, I'm furious or I'm outraged. This adds depth to your conversations. And don't forget about joy. Instead of saying, I'm happy, express it as, I'm over the moon or I'm on cloud 9. Using vivid language not only enhances your communication, but also helps others understand your feelings better. So, practice these expressions daily. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become. Speak what you feel, and watch your conversations come alive. Expressing your opinion in English can be a powerful tool for communication. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Start by using phrases like, in my opinion, or I believe that, to clearly present your thoughts. This sets a confident tone. Remember to support your opinion with reasons. For example, I think public transport should be free because it encourages more people to use it, reducing traffic and pollution. Practice using adjectives to make your point more vivid. Instead of saying, I say, I like this movie, try, I absolutely loved this movie because it was thrilling and thought-provoking. Engaging in discussions is also key. Ask others for their views and respond thoughtfully. This not only shows confidence, but also helps you learn and grow. So, speak up, share your thoughts, and watch your confidence soar. Making suggestions in English is a valuable skill that can enhance your conversations. Let's dive into some practical phrases you can use. When you want to propose an idea, you can say, how about we? For example, how about we try that new restaurant? It's friendly and opens up the conversation. Another great phrase is, why don't we? This is perfect for suggesting activities, like, Why don't we go for a walk? If you want to be a bit more polite, you can use, I suggest that we, for instance, I suggest that we start the meeting earlier. This shows you're taking initiative while being respectful. And don't forget, you can also ask for opinions with, what do you think about? This invites others to share their thoughts, making the conversation more engaging. Remember, making suggestions is not just about the words, it's about creating a collaborative atmosphere. So, practice these phrases and watch your confidence grow. Today, let's dive into the art of agreeing or disagreeing politely in English. It's all about striking the right balance. When you agree, you can say, I completely agree with you, or that's a great point. These phrases not only show your support, but also encourage further discussion. On the flip side, if you disagree, it's crucial to be tactful. Try saying, I see your point, but I have a different perspective. Or, that's interesting, but I think. This way you acknowledge the other person's view while gently introducing your own. Using phrases like, I understand where you're coming from, can also soften your disagreement. Remember, the goal is to foster a respectful dialogue, not to win an argument. So practice these phrases, and you'll navigate conversations with confidence and grace. Setting goals is like setting a compass for your life. Each goal, big or small, gives you direction and purpose. For me, one of my primary goals is to become fluent in English. I envision myself confidently engaging in conversations, whether it's discussing ideas with colleagues or sharing stories with friends. To achieve this, I break it down into smaller steps. I dedicate time each day to practice speaking, listening, and expanding my vocabulary. I immerse myself in English through books, podcasts, and conversations. But it's not just about language, it's about the connections I can build. Speaking English opens doors to new opportunities, cultures, and friendships. Every time I practice, I remind myself that progress is a journey, not a race. So I celebrate the small victories, each conversation, each new word learned. These moments fuel my motivation and keep me pushing forward. Ultimately, my goal isn't just to speak English, it's to connect, inspire, and grow. Today, let's dive into the art of storytelling in English. First, choose a theme that resonates with you: love, adventure, or even a funny mishap. Next, outline your story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with a hook to grab attention, maybe a surprising event or a relatable character. As you build the middle, add details that create tension or excitement. Use descriptive language to paint vivid images in your listener's mind. Don't forget to include dialogue. It brings your characters to life and makes the story more engaging. Finally, wrap it up with a resolution that ties everything together. Leave your audience with a thought or lesson learned. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you tell stories, the better you'll become. So, grab a pen, jot down your ideas, and let your imagination flow. Public speaking can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. First, remember that everyone gets nervous. Embrace that feeling. It means you care. Start by knowing your material inside and out. The more familiar you are, the more confident you'll feel. Practice in front of a mirror or record yourself. This helps you notice your body language and tone. Next, engage your audience. Ask questions or share a relatable story. This creates a connection and makes your speech more memorable. Use pauses effectively. They give you a moment to breathe and let your points sink in. Lastly, visualize success. Picture yourself delivering your speech with confidence. This mental rehearsal can significantly reduce anxiety. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about sharing your message. Speak from the heart, and your audience will listen. Today, I'm taking on the final speaking challenge, 3 minutes of uninterrupted English. It's a test of everything I've learned. First, let's talk about the importance of practice. Speaking regularly boosts confidence and fluency. I remember when I struggled with pronunciation. It felt daunting, but with each attempt, I improved. Next, let's dive into vocabulary. Expanding my word bank has been a game changer. I started using flashcards and apps, turning learning into a fun game. It's amazing how a single word can change the meaning of a sentence. Then there's the art of storytelling. Sharing personal experiences makes speaking more relatable. I've learned to weave in anecdotes, making my conversations engaging. Finally, I focus on body language. It's not just about words, it's how you deliver them. Eye contact, gestures, and facial expressions can enhance communication. So, here I am, embracing this challenge, ready to speak my mind and celebrate the progress I've made. Each word is a step forward, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes me next. You've made it to day 30. Today, we celebrate your incredible journey to English fluency. Think back to where you started. Those first hesitant words, the grammar struggles, and the vocabulary lists. Now you're expressing yourself with confidence and clarity. Let's do a quick review. Remember the importance of practice? Speaking regularly is key. Engage in conversations, even if it feels challenging. Use the new phrases and idioms you've learned. They add color to your speech. Don't forget about listening. Podcasts, movies, and music are not just entertainment. They're tools for immersion. They help you pick up nuances and improve your accent. And let's talk about mistakes. They're not failures, they're stepping stones to mastery. Embrace them. Each error is a lesson learned. As you celebrate today, reflect on your progress. You're not just speaking English, you're connecting with the world. Keep pushing forward, stay curious, and remember, this is just the beginning of your English adventure.